Hello guys, this is Amir again with another video, and today's video is about the explanation of all four modules of IELTS. In my previous video I have already described there are two basic types of IELTS, and in this video I'm going to explain why these two types are different from each other. In general, you will be assessed on four modules. Your proficiency and your competency will be assessed for speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And these two skills, listening and speaking, they are similar, their content is similar, their script is similar in both the types. There is no difference between academic and general training IELTS. So these two come same to same in both the exams. But when we talk about reading and writing, there comes the difference. So I'm gonna quickly explain each module, but it will be a very basic overview. Here we go with speaking first of all. So what comes in speaking? Speaking comes in three patterns or three sessions. The real exam, it's a one-on-one examination. On the test day, you will be interviewed, you will be having a discussion or conversation with a professional English consultant who will take your interview, who will examine you under the professional criteria. So it could be face-to-face in a room, or it could be nowadays on computer. What happens? There come three sessions. Number one is an introductory session. Introductory session. The first session, it comprises on 3 to 4 minutes. Your examiner will have some questions, will ask you some questions about yourself, where you belong to, what's your family, and about your education, about your place where you live. And these questions will be very short and simple questions, and you can easily answer them, most of the questions. Gradually, this speaking test gets a bit difficult with the passage of time. The second part is called a cue card. What happens in this session? It lasts for 3 minutes maximum, and you will be given a card. On the card, there will be written a topic. For example, travel. And you will be given 3 or 4 underlying points. For example, where did you go for traveling, and how was that? What happened there, and blah blah. So you will be given 1 whole minute to create whole stuff what you are going to speak about. You will be given 1 minute to talk about all these 4 topics or questions about the given topic. It could be anything. And after 1 minute, your consultant will tell you to start speaking. He or she will not disturb you during your speech, and you will continuously speak, and the required timing is 1 minute or more than 1 minute. So the more you speak, the more topics you cover. We will talk about in depth when I will make a video whole on the speaking topic. So this is the second one you need to go through during your test day. So the last one comes as the third one is abstract. We call it abstract or follow-up session. Follow-up session, it's thought to be a bit more complex and difficult than these above 2 sessions, Why? Because the questions asked in this session are more abstract. Abstract means more in-depth, logical, critical, needs explanation, logics, reasoning, and you need to explore more about the things. So you need to be more prepared for this session. And the good thing is that, might be good or bad, I don't know, it depends on the person taking the test. This session is always, most of the time, 90% about this one. That's why it's called follow-up session. So this is the speaking test in general, what happens on the speaking test day. So now we will quickly move to the listening test. What's happening in the listening day? So that's not a big deal. I mean, there is not much information. I will only generally, in a quick way, I will just let you know that what happens in listening day. On the listening day, on the listening, during the listening test, you will be sometime, you might be given the earphones, or in some examinations, you might be only given some speakers on for listening the script that is played on the CD, on the audio player for the script. So there is played a script, and this whole listening test comprises on 40 minutes. Okay, so 40 minutes whole test, out of which 30 minutes, you take the 30 minutes for taking the test, and 10 minutes in the end for shifting your answers onto a separate answer sheet. So that's the pattern similar in the general training test and academic training test. And during this all exam day, this all test, you will be given instructions, and altogether it becomes 1 hour, because the time includes, that 1 hour time includes distribution of the paper, recollecting the paper, and also giving the instructions. So altogether this will be 1 hour's test, listening test. Let's move to the next one. And keep in mind one thing, that in listening test there will be different sorts of questions, different kinds of questions. I'm not going to discuss in this video. I will make a separate video for listening as well. So let's move towards reading. Reading test is different for general training takers and different for academic takers. So there is not the difference between the set pattern of the test. The difference is the script, because you will be given 3 passages, 1, 2, 3 passages, okay, to read. All together you read one by one, but the passages will be given together, and there may be 14 questions and 12 questions and 10 questions, but all together there are 40 questions. Just like listening, you need to answer from these 3 passages, and there will be different competency and difficulty levels in all 3 passages. So you will have altogether 1 hour, including shifting your answers onto the answer sheet. So now, generally, what's the difference? I have already told you about general training and academic training. So what's the difference? Simply, the content in general training, the content of the reading stuff, the passages, is simple and from the everyday life. But in academic reading, it could be the research about science plus technology or maybe the research of the theories and psychologists and people who are the scientists or engineers. It could be more from the literature and articles used in the universities and colleges. This could be from the magazines and newspapers, general people that the people read in everyday life. So let's move towards the last part, that is writing. In writing, again, just like reading, writing is a bit difficult for academic test takers and a little bit, not much, little bit easier for general training test takers. So when we speak about writing, it's again a 1 hour's test as a whole, but there are 2 tasks. I'm not gonna explain in detail because there will be a complete video about writing test. So 2 tasks. For general training, the task 1 is a letter, and for the academic one, here we go. Academic one, task 1 is a report writing. What report writing, what letter, will explain in the next video, complete about writing. And the second task, in the general training, the second task is similar in both these actually. So that is essay writing. Okay, so essay writing. So that's why I said that there is not much difference between general training writing and academic writing test. It's the difference only task 1. So there come two different tasks, where task 1 comes, it doesn't come separate, it comes separately, but at the same time you are given task 1 and task 2. It's up to you that you attempt the task 1 first or task 2 first. So ideally people do task 1 first because it's easier comparatively, and it takes less time. You should take less time while attempting task 1, whatever it is, academic or general. So there will be more explanation individually about listening, about speaking especially, and then writing and reading as well. But there will be more videos about individual description of all these 4 modules separately, so you will know in depth what's gonna happen in all these modules individually, and there will be explanation how to attempt these tests, how to practice them, how to solve the questions, what else is coming in the test day, and hopefully you will get rid of the stress you're having about IELTS at the moment. So see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.